at Guaranteed Rate Field. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Thanks for joining us. We're in the 7th with nobody out. Nicky Lopez up to the plate. He's 0 for 1.
Second baseman, Nicky Lopez.
In the air, left side. Florial sizing this one up. Drops into the glove. The relay throw. Now a throw to third. Won't get back in time. It's a double play. Here's Kevin Pillar. On the ground. Toss to Taylor. And that is the third out of the new inning getting started. Here's Jose Ramirez. That one misses. And that is ball 1.
Hey.
Big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Tied at 4. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ripped on the ground to second. Tosses to first.
He's out.
Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. Now it's the DH, David Fry.
David Fry.
And that one fouled off.
One and two.
One in the dirt. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch, top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
No ball,
In
1
the
strike.
box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Just a weak fly ball this time. And that one pulled down by Jimenez. And that bottom of the inning. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Gavin Sheets. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. And that one fouled off. And he deals. Swings and sends a rocket to right. And there's 1 down.
Good piece of hitting right there. Nice hard line drive to the outfield. You're trying to get on base, represent that go-ahead run. Can't hang your head on that at all.
And the batter now, Sam Haggerty. And that one is lifted in the air. Florial under it. Hauls it in for the out. Here is Moncada. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter. Stephen Kwan. He represents the go-ahead run.
Strike.
And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground, right side. Sends it over to Sheets, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th. Laureano comes up to hit.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection.
No ball.
This game is
1
a
strike.
lot harder than it looks, partner.
Hit on the ground to the right side.
That's foul.
And that's just foul. Just missed. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the top of the 9th. That one to first. Sheets steps on the bag, and that quickly 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down.
Swings through that one.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Now he breaks his bat. No play. That's an infield single.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go.
No balls. One
And
strike.
throw. You know?
Yeah, no question.
Swing and a
Oh,
miss
two.
as he was out front.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Hey!
Misses. It's a strikeout. Staying in the game on defense, Andres Jimenez. He'll be the new left fielder after entering the game as a pinch hitter.
Change for the Guardians.
The wind of the
Now
pitch.
playing second base. Number 2.
Way inside, gets out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
In the air, left field, Jimenez. Coming on, brings it in with a nice running grab. One away. Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate.
Huh.
Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
0-1.
All tied up here, the last half of inning number 9. Next
0-1.
pitch is outside. And a swing and a miss.
He's gotten into a really
1
good
and 2.
rhythm. Sat down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
To third. Zips it across. 2 away.
Well, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit,
Now
rolled
at
over on it, and
catcher.
beat it into the ground.
Martin Maldonado up to him. Now this is in the air down the line. Laureano pulls it down and he makes the catch. And we're back. We're in extras here. Here's Brian Rocchio.
Huh.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Base
Hey!
swing and a miss.
Well, if he's going to do something,
No balls. 2 strikes.
special right here. It's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Next offering upstairs.
0-2
1 ball,
fastball
2
way
strikes.
out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Makes the grab, and there's 1 away. And now it's Josh Naylor.
Strike.
Swings
Woo.
through that one.
No
0-1.
balls. 1 strike.
1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. Bounce to the right side. Throws to first in time.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a hit, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat, especially when you're playing extra innings.
0-1. Swings
Strike.
through that one for strike 2.
Quickly in
0-2.
an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the base.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Makes the grab, and that'll end the. Back here on the south side, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Eloy Jimenez. And here it comes. Swing and a deep drive. This one's got a chance. Way back there, and boom goes the dynamite. He powers that one out of here. And the White Sox walk it off in extra innings. Man at first with one gone. So up next for Chicago, Luis Robert. Big-time power. He's third in the AL in home runs. There's a swing and a drive. This one's got a chance. Bangs off the wall. Lopez makes the turn at second. Around third. Now a relay to the plate. The tag.
Got him.
Out.
On the tag.
Man at second here with two away. Now here is Andrew Vaughn.
Andrew Vaughn.
The count 2-1. Runner breaks for third. And there's a base hit to right field. The run comes in from second. It's 2-1.
Well done. Drives in the run.
Runner on at first with one gone. And now it's Luis Robert. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. That to right. Moving under it. Snags it for the second out. One gone, runner at first. Lane Thomas digs in now. That's ripped. Base hit. Lead runner around second. The throw in. And he's
On
out.
the tag. Got him.
Hey, as a former center fielder, I'm feeling pretty good right now. That's an excellent.
So 2 down. Luis Robert now. 1 for 2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lopez makes the turn at second. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Swing and he breaks his bat. Garcia out
Got
with
him.
room to spare, and that's the inning. Go ahead run on base. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. The throw in. And he's
Out
out.
on the tag.
Cut down, and that ends the inning. Luis Robert steps to the plate for the White Sox. Got to be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. Fought off foul.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Man at second. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Now one out to right. And they take care of Robert for the out. And that. 1 out. Runner at second. Here's the center fielder, Luis Robert.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
All
Now,
one's
Boog,
the
this
count.
is a real tough place for visiting teams to come in and close out ball games for a win.
Up the middle. Oh, look at the stop.
Oh.
And they get the out.
Well, you can see right there, he looks very comfortable going to the backhand. Nice diving stop, gets up to complete the play. That'll fire the team up for sure.
Back now in Toronto with Chris Singleton. I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us. Nobody out here in inning number 8. The White Sox look pretty solid about a third of the way into the season. Singy, it's fair to say they've been way better than expected.
Absolutely, and give a lot of credit to them for what they've done so far. This team was supposed to be among the worst in the league. Instead, they're actually contending.
Toronto's bullpen with some action. Eric Swanson getting loose out there. Line drive, base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
And now Yohan Moncada. And that's outside.
1-0.
Base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your.
Here goes the runner. And a bunt towards
That's
third.
foul.
Down the line, and it's foul. That's hard hit in the line. Pulls it in on the run. Go behind the run. And got him doubled off. Up next, Dominic Fletcher. 1 for 2. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. Back here at Rogers Center, bottom of the 8th. And now the right fielder, George Springer. Crochet back to work. Strike.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting
No
the hitter's
ball, 1
timing
strike.
with a mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. And a foul ball.
Well, timing is the key to great hitting, and right now that door is still locked. They haven't been able to figure out pitch sequences, and
dives, but it kicks off his glove. And he beat it up. So the lineup flips over. Kevin Kiermaier now at the plate.
That's a ball.
First pitch, and he just misses. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Feed to second, that's 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now the number 2 hitter. Now the pitcher for the White Sox, Ryan Shaw.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
2 outs. And
Ball.
one missing low.
1-1.
And that's
Ball.
off the inside edge. 2-1.
2-1.
Lifted in the air, right field. Fletcher makes a nice grab and a full sprint. Looks like he's heading back out for the ninth. We go to the 9th. Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Just
Nope.
missed.
Ball.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And fouled off. And a 1-2. Stays alive. The 1-2. Out towards right center field. Sizes this one up. Brings it in. One up, one down.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the ninth inning.
Maldonado can't hold up, and that's a strike. The next pitch misses, and 1-1. Just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
Right
I
two.
wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something
1 and
about
2.
that ninth inning. But being at under.
Misses, struck him out. So they're down to their final out. Eloy Jimenez now. Hit to right, and that should do it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a one-run ball game. They take the L in this one, might put a dent in the momentum they built this year.
You know, Boog, I think they're going to bounce back from this one fairly quickly. I mean, it's just one loss, and they put themselves in good position so far. Still, plenty of teams have started hot and then fell out of the race.
Here on the south side, John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Thanks for joining us. We're in the 7th with nobody out. Now here is Dominic Fletcher.
Yeah.
Swing, did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1.
Way inside. With the go-ahead run at first, here at the bottom of the 7th.
That's in. Ball 2.
Movement in the Orioles bullpen. John Means getting ready to go. Heasley also throwing. Good eye right there.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
Hard hit, base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. The go-ahead run moves up to third. He's held there with nobody out. And now runners at the corners, nobody out. Manager out of John Means on the pitch out of the pen here.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up.
Runner on the go. Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. The run scores from third. It's 3-2.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle.
Runner takes off. Swinging a deep drive. This one's got a chance. Way back there, and boom goes the dynamite. And they add to the lead. It's 6-2. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the left fielder, Kevin Pillar.
Inside ball.
And that's off the inside edge. 1-0.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
On the ground to third. Whips it to Mountcastle, and one away in the bottom of the seventh. Nicky Lopez up to the plate. White Sox making a move for pinch hitter, Eloy Jimenez. Bounce to third, and
that's foul.
foul ball. Means a former All-Star, 30 years old now, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now it's Luis Robert. Hard ground ball, base knock. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out. Jonathan Heasley comes on now.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
Inside, ball one.
Stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Runners at first and second with one gone here in the finale of this four-game set.
Ball,
Off
that's
the mark
outside.
there. And the count is 2-0.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
Mullins pulls it down, and there's two gone.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Ball, that's out.
Haggerty, the next to hit, takes outside. Jimenez over at second. Robert on at first with two down. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. So remaining in the game defensively, Eloy Jimenez. He entered the game to pinch hit and now man second base. Rush leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike
No balls, two strikes.
Petty still out there to pitch the eighth and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent.
One ball,
really on his game
two
in
strikes.
this one, and at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
Now into the game, Garrett Crochet. He'll play second. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of the hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
Now batting.
Anthony Santander at the plate. 1 for 3.
Santander.
That is in for a strike. 0-1. That one ripped, but foul. Kicks and fires. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And there's two down. 2 outs, base is empty. And next for the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. Through there for a strike. The Orioles down by 4, and we're at the top of the 8th. Next offering in there for a strike. And that is strike 2. That one, it's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field. Here is Yoan Moncada. The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. And the pitch. Lifted in the air, right center field. Mullins in pursuit. And makes the grab. And there's one away.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Ball, that's in.
In the box with one away as he takes ball one. That one ripped, and no one can get there. So a man aboard now with one away.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Shortstop, Paul DeYoung.
Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. 3 for 3 with a pair of home runs and a single. Ground ball up the middle. Steps in the bag for one. On the first double play. And that's the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Ninth inning coming up. It's the White Sox 6. And we're back. All set to start the ninth in this one. Now the third baseman, Ramon Urias.
Hey!
Right through there for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Fly ball down the line. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Now around second, going for third. And he's got a leadoff triple. So, man aboard. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit.
Hey.
Immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on.
0-2
Everybody's going to look
count.
over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Here comes the skipper. And we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. White Sox going with a new arm, Dominic Leon.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. Here's Ryan Mountcastle.
Ball, that's in.
And that's ball one.
That two-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
Right-handed reliever. High fly ball out into left center field. Pilar. Thanks for home.
He beat it.
Safe from third on the wild throw.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Westberg in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Ball, that's out.
There's a ball. Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. And he's got it. And the White Sox avoid the sweep. They take the finale of this 4-game series. Back here at Wrigley Field, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. Welcome in. We're in the 6th inning already, 2 out. Fouled off down the right side. With the go-ahead run standing at second here in game 1 of 2 in the series. Here comes the 0-1. Down the line. Drifts towards it. And it gets
That's
into
foul.
the corner, but it's foul.
Hey!
Hey, that's the third out. Inning over. Here is Moncada. He's 0 for 1. Shota back to work. That
1-0.
misses. Ball 1.
Pretty smart not to serve something up for him right there. He's really good at hitting the first pitch.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard.
Everything came together perfectly for him
Now
right
batting.
there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Now it's the shortstop, Paul DeYoung. First
1-0.
pitch, not close. At the belt and fire. Fouled off. He was late. With the go-ahead run at first, here in the top half of inning number 7. Hammers that one. Curling down the line and foul.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
2-2.
That one missed.
Full
And that
count.
just misses. Kevin Pillar hitting on deck circle. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Swinging a deep drive. This one's got a chance. Way back there. And boom goes the dynamite. A gigantic blast. His 7th home run of the season. It's 3-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth.
Here's Kevin Pillar. And a foul ball. The 0-1. That one fouled off. And now the lefty.
Ball.
And that's outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And
Ball.
that's off the inside edge.
2
And the count's
balls,
even at
2
2.
strikes.
That
Full
one
count.
missing inside. Good
That's
plate
a ball.
appearance
Take
there.
your base.
Able to take the walk.
The right fielder, number 20.
Manager out of the
Sam
dugout now, and it looks
Hadley.
like we'll see a change on the mound. Shota Imanaga gives way, and as he... Here
Now
comes a new
pitching
arm for the
for the
Cubs,
Cubs.
Mark Leiter
Number
Jr.
38.
This is his 5th
Mark
appearance of the year.
Leiter Jr.
And that one fouled off. Kicks and deals. And
Two.
strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Time
My
call.
time.
Chance to collect himself down 0-2. On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it.
Out.
Gets it there in time, though, and that's out number 1 on a tough play.
Now batting, Catcher.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice speed and a nice play for the out.
Maldonado
No balls.
stands in
One
here.
strike.
Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. The pitch.
Ha!
Swing and a miss. Movement in the Cubs
0-2.
bullpen. Javier Assad up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Almonte getting loose as well. Man at second. Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging.
Oh, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump.
Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning. Nicky Lopez up to the plate.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
Bat off the bench.
Number 32.
Gavin Sheets.
Gavin
And this is a big at bat in this ball game.
Ball.
Just missed. Here's the pitch. Both runners on the move. Center field. Bellinger drifts towards it. Squeezes it. And that's the 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. This is White Sox baseball on the show, Chicago. Staying in the game on defense, Gavin Sheets.
Now playing
He
second
entered
base.
as a pinch hitter, but
Number
this might get
32.
interesting.
Gavin
Not a position he's used to playing here. And a pitch. Ripped to third. Throws to first.
That's an out.
And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Here's Nico Horner. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good
Yep.
fastball, excellent
No
slider.
balls. 2
But they've
strikes.
not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Got it. Really had to move for that grab. And there's 2 down. Here's Mike Tauchman.
Ball,
and a good
no.
eye there.
One
2 down,
ball,
nobody
no
on.
strikes.
You're the bottom of the 7th.
No.
Just off the inside edge. This to third. Moncada throws across the
He's
diamond, and that ends the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to begin the 8th. Luis Robert now. And a pitch. Not
1-0.
even close there. And that is ball 1. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And the leadoff man aboard.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting
Up next
practice
for the
today.
White Sox.
So impressed with
The
his
second
ability to
baseman,
let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Bellinger returns it to the infield. Rudder stops at second, and the first 2 reach to start the
Now
inning.
batting.
He was all over that one. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Fought off foul. And the right-hander deals. And a foul ball. Righty to the plate. On the ground to first. Could be 2. Over to Swanson. He turns it. And they get him
He's out.
easily at first. It's a double play. And now the runner breaks for the plate. And there's a foul ball. Two outs and a runner at third. And we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a ground ball out to short. In time to Bush. And that is that. So back here at the friendly confines. Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. This one in the air. Vaughn in position. Makes the catch for the out. One down. Here comes Cody Bellinger. Now the White Sox. New pitcher on now Tanner Banks.
These are the spots
Number
relievers
57,
really make a name for
Tanner
themselves. Late and
Banks.
close.
Steer
There's
right.
not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And a foul ball. Comebacker to the mound. Throws to first in time. Bellinger is gone, 2 away.
Good sinker low in the zone right
The left
there and
fielder,
produced
number 8,
exactly what he was looking for.
Ian.
Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Pat
See
stands
right.
in now and watches strike 1. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's
0-2.
0-2.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run
That's
lead.
foul.
2 out, space is empty.
High.
Strikes he
3.
goes, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Cubs are down quietly. Score holds. It's 3-1. New pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Yency Almonte.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
0-1.
Pilar, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1. See
Hey.
you win.
No balls. 2 strikes.
0-2.
1-2.
That time. Struck him out swinging. Fires over to first. And they get the leadoff man in the ninth. Sam Haggerty steps to the plate for the White Sox. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Action in the pen down there.
No strike.
Javier Assad, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. On the ground to short, Swanson throws to first in time. Martin Maldonado up to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And a foul ball. Almonte, 29 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. Strike 2.
It might be time to choke
0-2.
up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swanson
Out of
fires
there.
over to first. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down that time. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the ninth. It's the White Sox 3 and the Cubs 1. Here at Wrigley Field, and the batter will be the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Ellie
No
just threw
ball,
that fastball
1
by
strike.
him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Chop to third. Moncada. Throw is high and over
He's
his
safe.
head. And it's going to wind up out of play.
That's a strike.
In the box now. Take strike 1. With the tying run
No.
at the plate. And the home team
1
trying to pull
ball.
it out.
1 strike.
Next
2.
offering in there for a strike. And
1
the count
ball.
1 and
2
2.
strikes.
Hits and misses. It's a strikeout. He's 2 outs away. Here's the catcher, Yan Gomes. And fouled off.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his
Inside.
speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Popped up. Sheets moving under this one. And there's so it's their last chance in this one. And here's the first baseman, Michael Bush. 0 for 3. Johnny Brebbia into the game.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second.
That's to third. Throw to first.
Out.
And the White Sox claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense. Back at T-Mobile Park, John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Thanks for joining us.
Leading
We're
off
in the
for
seventh,
Mariners,
nobody out.
The second
Well,
baseman.
one-run game.
Jorge.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco, 1 for 2. And that one fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. In the air to left center. Jimenez trying to get there. And there's one down. Ty France getting ready to hit. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Now batting Mitch Haniger. And that one pulled down by Jimenez. 2 away now. Here's Dylan Moore. A swing and a miss, and that's strike
No
one.
balls.
Right
One
now,
strike.
they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
He goes down looking.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Gregory Santos.
Well, I got to think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league.
Maldonado up to hit.
The catcher.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
The pick appears to be getting ready for manager Scott's service. Spire, a left-hander, also throwing. That one fouled off. pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away.
He needs to throw that breaking ball with